All right, good evening, everyone, and happy Sunday. Today is Sunday, 29 December 2024. Thanks for joining me this evening. Well, I think it is so quick for the northern Nigeria to have just made a decision and reach a resolution within themselves that what the president of Niger said is true. I know that at the end, there might be an element of true or what he said could be true. But I think it is so quick for them to abandon Tinubu. What is going on? And in amidst of these things, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, they are, an organization that people were looking up to that as this, this rumor, I will call it rumor, okay? As the rumor or the proclamation from another president, sovereign president, a neighboring country who was with them before, I think they're supposed to set up a committee and look into the allegation. But ECOWAS still remains mute. They are afraid to talk because the person that the allegation is targeting is their chairman. So ECOWAS is mute, everyone is mute, everyone is afraid to talk about the allegation because they're afraid of France. They don't want to, they don't want France to mess them up. France is still printing their money. France is still holding them to ransom. France is not giving them, fresh air to breathe. All these Francophone countries, they are also under the siege of France. So because of that, they are afraid to speak. They are afraid to talk. Normally, if ECOWAS wanted to exercise that they are a very good organization or a viable organization that deserves the people's trust, an organization that people could come out to say, oh, ECOWAS is a West African bloc. I think they should have called Bola Ahmed Tinubu and summoned him. Look at a president of a sovereign nation or neighboring country. He is accusing you and your country and also France that you people are colluding to destabilize his own country. How far? How did you go? So this is something that I've been expecting from ECOWAS since the proclamation of the Nigerian president that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is colluding with France to destabilize his country. So I am highly, highly disappointed in ECOWAS as usual. Right from time, ECOWAS have never pleased anybody. ECOWAS is a puppet bloc. They are being controlled by the Western power. So at a time that was last 3 years, ECOWAS had a resolution that they are going to print single currency, single passport, so that they can live, free trade zone. Everything will just be one, just like the one we have in Europe, in Schengen area, where a lot of countries are using euro. Okay, now that is what they wanted to use. That let us use ECO. ECO supposed to be the singular currency of the ECOWAS. France stopped it because France is the one that is printing money for these ECOWAS countries, and their presidents are free to talk. And France is still printing the money up to today. Now, the special advisor to the president of Nigeria, Nnamdi, has come out to debunk the news. He was talking English and saying a lot of things. We are going to go through the videos and let us understand what actually is going on in Nigeria versus Niger. Because as I speak to you, the northern Nigeria, they have already abandoned Tinubu, and I'm so surprised on how hasty their decision could be. And as we go on in this video, you will understand how they abandoned him and what they are saying about this said decision. Take a listen to Nnamdi.
What do you consider the implications of these accusations, and what has been Nigeria's response?
Well, first of all, the allegation is false. The allegation is baseless, and I think it is malicious. But this is not strange because one problem with military interregnum and junta is that whenever they come to take over power, the impulse, the zeal, far outweigh planning. So whenever they take over, usually there is the initial honeymoon they have with the populace. But after a while, when the honeymoon is over, you'll be required to govern. It is at that point most military leadership, they lose sight of exactly what they intend to do. That is exactly what is happening to the leader of Niger. No plan, has terrible economic situation, and so many things are going bad. So it's scapegoating. and he decided to level this baseless allegation. Nigeria is self-sufficient. The Nigerian armed forces have all the capacities to protect and safeguard lives and property and our territorial integrity. Even when we had the deepest Boko Haram war, we never provided our platforms as a foreign base for any foreign armed forces or foreign soldiers. And so he knows for a fact that that is not true. But the bigger part of it is that it seems like he's in cahoot with some politicians in Nigeria, because what he did was deliberate and intended to mislead a population in Nigeria that come from the northern extraction. He granted an interview in a local language and leveled allegations that cannot be substantiated. Nigeria has played a very, very important role in this geopolitical setting. Nigeria has been a leader in the West African sub-region. Nigeria has assisted and continues to assist our West African neighbors. So the allegation is quite unfortunate.
I hear you, but are there diplomatic alternatives considering that Niger remains a neighbor?
Obviously, diplomacy will never, you never say never in diplomacy. And also in diplomacy, you'll be able to tighten your end and express your displeasure. Definitely, Nigeria as a country is not comfortable and happy with that kind of baseless allegation. There are many channels. There are direct channels and indirect channels. And we have our embassies, our embassy in that country. Again, we have the National Intelligence Agency. We have the National Security Advisor. We have all of these platforms that could have been used. And if you recall, not long ago, we had a visit by, I think, Nigerian envoy in those countries. So we have been exploring diplomatic means of settling what they have, incurred to themselves with this view of planning to leave the ECOWAS. So, but we are yet to determine what is the motivation behind that. But all we know is first to refute the claim and express our displeasure over that careless statement or careless interview that was rendered with unsubstantiated allegation against the government of Nigeria and against the President of the Federal Republic. It is intended to set the northern Nigeria against the government of Nigeria and against the president. That's why it was calculated and it was carried out in a local language, all in a bid to mislead the large populace of our people.
Niger, alongside Burkina Faso and Mali, exited ECOWAS. But what do you consider the implication of this new development on efforts to tackle regional insecurity like the JTF, which aims to combat terrorism in the Sahel region?
I think the position of the ECOWAS is quite clear, led by the President of Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu, who said that while we uphold the ideals of democracy and the standard upon which ECOWAS as a body consists and operates, and then while we also respect their right to leave the community and then explore other options, even when they leave the community based on the timelines, ECOWAS continues to say it will engage with them in areas of mutual benefit. You can look at trade, you can look at transport, you can also look at fight against terrorism. So ECOWAS as a body is open. Nigeria as a country is not only providing the leadership, but also leading in this endeavor. So the position of ECOWAS has actually not changed. In terms of fight against insurgency or terrorism in the Sahel, of course, you can never overestimate the role that the Nigerian government has been playing, both in terms of the military provision of personnel and in terms of logistics as well. And so Nigeria will continue to play that role in order to safeguard and in order to ensure that the Sahel does not become...
All right. I think this is where we are going to stop taking the interview from Daine Bwanda. Now, let us look at the critical points that Daine Bwanda is trying to, put in place. He said that some politicians in Nigeria are motivating the Niger president. Number one, that is why the Niger president used Hausa language to pass his message. Now, let me tell you something. If Nigeria politicians are motivating the Niger president, who went to blow up the oil pipeline that he said that the Nigerian government sent Akorawa terrorists to go and blow? That is question number one. Number two, he said the use of Hausa language means that he wants to discredit Tinubu and make the northern Nigeria to abandon him. Now, that is false because in Niger, Hausa is 60% language use in Niger. Hausa language is widely used in Niger Republic. So with this, I am joined by an elder on the screen now. His name is Mr. John Papi. He's joining us from the United States of America. He's going to discuss with us the history of the relationship between the northern Nigeria and the Niger Republic. And not only that, the history of how everything started in Nigeria, how the northern Nigeria chose even the Niger Republic before the south, and the relationship between the north and the south that led even to the Biafran war, to the whole mess we are having today. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Thanks. Yeah, I can hear you. Thanks for joining us. I don't know the time over there, but this is 7:14 p.m. Nigerian time.
It's 1:14 p.m.
All right. Thanks for joining us. We are glad to have you.
Yeah, welcome.
First of all, do you think that the northern Nigeria or the presidency, because presidency is laying an allegation that the Niger president is inciting the northern part of the country against Tinubu, that is why the north says that they are going to abandon Tinubu and Tinubu should come out clean to explain himself? Do you think the allegation of Tiani, who is the military leader of Niger, could be false?
Before a president of a country makes any allegation on anything, he must have known the correct thing. He must have found out. His people would have done what the army calls Reiki, or they will go and make an intel, have an intel before he will make that kind of alteration. He will never alter what he does not know about. His lieutenants will give him the correct thing, and his lieutenants are there in France, and also around that region where these things are happening. I want to ask a question. When did Daniel Buela now left? What do you call them? The party he was in, and now he is talking for the APC. Daniel Buela is the boy of Abubakar.
But he has defected. He has defected to Tinubu's side, and he feels good in defecting to it. Maybe he have to receive some payment so that he can continue to live his life. Maybe he don't have money again, because a lot of people are being led by stomach.
After the abuse he gave to Tinubu, Daniel Buela has no shame. Let's leave that one. Let's go about what we want to say.
All right, sir.
I want to let you guys know about the history of Nigeria and Niger. It has they are brothers. We have more than 60% of Hausa spoken people in Niger. They are Hausas and a little bit of Fulani, just like your former president Buhari has his own family there in Niger.
Yeah.
Niger has his capital as Niamey. I used to go there. We used to go there as Nigerian Airways used to fly there when I was flying for Nigerian Airways.
That was when?
We used to go to Niger in the 80s.
Wow.
They even flew up to the 90s, because when they hijacked the Airbus. When the Airbus was hijacked, it was flown on their way. They were about going to London or somewhere, but the fuel did not carry them out of Niger airspace. So they had to land in Niger airspace. And then the gendarmes came to her, and Nigeria has already told them what was happening. That was where we lost one of my townsmen, known as Etelbat Igwe. He died, and he died there because the gendarmes shot into the aircraft, and then the thing entered his from his anus to his stomach, his intestines.
Serious?
Yeah, that was how he died. Because he bent down to take something from the galley, what we call galley in the aircraft. Then the shot from outside and the thing got to him. Maybe they were thinking that was the hijackers. That was how we lost Etelba Igwe. And up till now, Nigeria has not paid the wife of Etelba Igwe any money. She's suffering. That is it. That's the history of Nigeria. Nigeria now, if the president of Niger said that, it is a fact. Who went to blow the oil pipeline? What equipment do they have? How do they know it? This thing was laid by Nigerians. I know the people who laid that thing. It was William Brothers who laid it all the way from Owaza. All the way from Owaza. That was where this oil pipeline was laid to the north and to Niger and to other parts of Africa. See, let me tell you, Nigeria has been losing a lot because of the relationship between the north and other countries that are speaking Hausa. Hausa is predominantly spoken in many African countries. It's not only in Niger.
Okay, so for you now, that is the reason why they are turning against Tinubu and choosing Niger Republic first? Or are they just trying to follow the truth and nothing but the truth?
They are following the truth because I was born in the north. I know them very well. They are following the truth. Nobody bought them over. The Niger president said something which is true. And then because the Northerners know when their people speak their language and tell them, if you heard what this man said, because ni Najin Hausa so say, I understand Hausa very well. The man made it clear that Tinubu has gone to collect money from France, and that he has signed agreement, military agreement. Yeah. Some of us are here talking. We have French soldiers down there on ground in Nigeria, I was told. And we have English soldiers on ground in Nigeria too. Both France and England are working hand in hand there in Nigeria.
All right, the soldiers, the French soldiers and the United Kingdom soldiers, because Chief of Army Staff came to debunk this news that was about 3 days ago, that there is no France soldiers or UK soldiers in Nigeria. Maybe they came to just guide their people or the envoy. What do you think about that?
No. The French soldiers are there because they are mining lithium. And what is this thing used in making bombs and other things?
Uranium.
And uranium.
Have they started mining that people don't know, or are they the people, overseeing the illegal minings?
Okay, let me tell you something. They've been mining this thing before. They have started long ago mining it. Now, Tinubu has found out that they are losing. They are not getting money that they're supposed to get.
Okay.
They've been mining these things. They were even mining gold from Zamfara. Aeroplanes. They bring these little planes that double prop engines. They fly in the forest. They have what I call airstrip in the forest. They come. They fly in. They take gold. They take it away to either Saudi Arabia or Dubai or Egypt or India. This is where they take the gold away. That is not what I'm after now. What I'm after is that Meilafia told us how Meilafia and T.Y. Danjuma, they told us how, yes, and even Kunle Olawumi said it, collaborated it. Melafia was the deputy governor of Central Bank. So it's not an ordinary guy. And T.Y. Danjuma was a general in Nigerian army. What they are doing, I don't know Tinubu's part. I know of Buhari. When Buhari was there, they were trying to finish the whole of the East and the West, the South. After all, they killed many people in the churches in Ondo. They killed people in the church in Ondo. They killed a lot of people in Enugu, Imo, Anambra, Ebonyi. Everywhere they keep killing people. Even in Abia, just last month, the soldiers killed many people. I heard someone from your here yesterday or so that was saying that Nnamdi Kanu and Ekpa, that what they are doing is not good and that they are not supposed to do anything. They're supposed to take permission from anybody. It's a lie. Even a child of 6 years in Biafra will take gun to defend his village because they are killing a lot of people and everybody sees it and no one is talking. And then you want the Igbo people and others in the East to keep their mouth shut. If you go to the forest of Delta, you see dead bodies of our people. They kill our people. See, the truth about the truth about this thing is not only us talking about Niger. I don't even want to talk about it because I know the Hausas are gone. Immediately the Hausas are gone. Yes. Immediately the Hausas say Araba, Muari, Araba. They are gone. They don't want to continue with Nigeria. I have heard it. Their elders now are talking about it. They are having meetings. They try to bring in Kajol, the middle belt to follow them. The middle belt say no. They're not following them. Middle belt is on their own. That is why you see them killing the middle belt too. It is not the Hausas that are doing this killing. It is the Fulanis. The Fulanis that Buhari brought in because of the election he did. That if he wins the election, he will settle them. They won the election, they did not settle them, and he told them that they can move with their guns. They gave them guns that they can move and feed themselves, clothe themselves, do everything. That is why you see them killing people.
All right, sir. How many years have you been in the northern Nigeria? How many years have you lived there?
I was born in the north.
Okay.
And presently now, I am 76 years old. You can know that, yes, we stayed in the north. When I got I passed my elementary school in the north from St. Thomas's School, Kanu, after which I left Kanu for Saple to Zix Academy, Saple, where I schooled to have my O-level. Before the war, the following year, the war started. We couldn't go to university because the war started. Most of us got admission to Nsukka. Some got to Ibadan. And we couldn't go because of the war. And even our boys who were in Nsukka, who were fighting, they all were brought into the army. A lot of them became second lieutenants. I fought the war, and I became an officer of the Biafran army. I did intake 9, which is the 9th course of the officer's course. So we have everything now. You can verify, and most of us got to the rank of captain and major. Because it's the intake 9. I think the intake that they did last before the war ended was intake 44 or so. So you can imagine intake 9.
Wow.
We did it at Alokwa, Okigwe. That was where we had it. The truth now about what we are talking about, my brother, is that they want to take this Sharia thing. The person who started it was Babangida. And everybody is keeping quiet and calling Buhari. Babangida. Okay. Obasanjo was the person under Obasanjo. the people, the senators debated, and he allowed it. Obasanjo, another person who allowed it. And Abdul Salam, who wrote this, what do you call it? Our constitution.
Constitution.
He put it inside with Obasanjo. Do
All
you
right,
know?
sir. There is something. Okay, when you finish, there is something I want you to tell us. But just finish up with your story with Abdul Salami.
Do you know that Obasanjo was the one with one man called Liali Umoke, a minister? They were the ones who took 16 billion meant for electricity. So Obasanjo kept Nigeria in darkness today. They sold Alaja steel mill, they sold Ajakuta steel mill to the Indians. We all know these things. But nobody is bringing him out to ask him what happened to these things. Because there is an agreement between the North and the West. Let me just specifically, between the Yorubas and the Hausas, Hausa Fulani, that no Igbo man will ever become a president or become a general. It was during the time of Obasanjo that he started bringing someone to become a general, like Ihejirika under this man, Jonathan. That was when our men started becoming general. But from the beginning, in those days in Nigeria, it was the Igbos and the Yorubas that were generals.
All right, sir. I am glad that you were born and brought up from the northern part of the country, and you are 70-something years now, getting to 80 years. So I think you must 76. Have had a lot of experience, you know. Now, I want you to tell us, what is it like? How did all these things begin? How did the beginning of all these things we are seeing today? How did this start, the hatred? And I studied about how the pogrom started and so on and so forth. But we read this thing in book, but we were not born then. Can you just enlighten us, since you are now a living witness to all these things that transpired in the past?
Yes. Now, as regards the hatred, it was caused by Ahmadu Bello. Ahmadu Bello told his people that they should not allow the Igbos to have anything to do with them. But the Igbos were everywhere in the north. If you go to any chemist shop in the north, it's an Igbo man. You go to the market, Igbo man. Gary selling and others, beans, right, is Igbo. When Ahmadu Bello had an interview with a British journalist, the British journalist asked him, say, what do you have with the Igbos? He said, no. The Igbos are not good. The Igbos are a kind of people, when you make them a laborer, before you know it, they are now headman. They are now managers. He said, I don't like them. They want to occupy everywhere. That is here where the hatred started coming in. Because he was the premier of the north. When this thing I was about to start, it was a woman that went to the market. They have already, we didn't know that they had planned very well to eliminate us. Our father, yes. So the woman was pregnant, and other people, they went to the market. She wanted to buy meat. Maybe the man told her 6 pence, and she said 3 pence now. Just use knife, put on the belly of the woman, cut the belly open. Serious? That is the truth. How this thing started in Kanu. I was in Kanu then. So our parents now call themselves together. Most of our fathers had double barrel. So they now gather themselves. Even the Yorubas and the Bini people and the Urobos and Calabar, all of them joined together and started fighting the Hausas. They were fighting them, getting nearer to the city. The emir has sent people on horses. They went and called the soldiers. who came now to support them. Then soldiers now started supporting them and beat us back. They quelled the whole thing. They beat our parents back. So our parents came back to the Sabongari. And this thing continued. And they started, after some time, even there was a time Ojukwu was either, I don't know what Ojukwu was in Kanu, as a military commander there. Ojukwu was DO, if I'm not wrong, in Kanu. Ojukwu, the late Ojukwu.
Odumegwu
Ojukwu. He was there. He was there in Kanu then, but not when this thing was happening. It was later they brought him as a DO or something like that in Kanu. What I'm trying to let you know is that the hatred was planted by the elites of the North.
Okay.
Then they started romancing with the West.
Okay.
You see, they killed us to the extent that after the coup of I call it the military coup. They call it in Zoguku. It's not in Zoguku. All people who made it, Yorubas are there. Calabar people are there. Benin people are there. Igbo people are there. So it's not that coup is not Igbo coup. It is a Nigerian coup, a military coup. What I'm trying to let you know is that after that coup, they started killing us again. This time, they tried killing us with the soldiers. Our people started running. They said we should go. Then our people started putting their load and we are coming back. Some of them were killed in the train. They cut their head, put it in the train, carried their bicycles.
Cut their head, put in the train.
In the train at Mada. At Mada. That is why when they started killing people in Benue and Jos, people were shouting, they're killing. I say, let me tell you people, whoever goes by the gun will die by the gun. You go by the sword. That's what Jesus said. That person will die by the sword. When they were killing Igbos, nobody saw it? It is now that they said, oh, they are coming to have a handshake with our people and begging our people, the Benue people, begging our people that they should not be annoyed. Yes, we are forgiving them. But let there not be a repeat of it. And let them not allow the Northerners to pass that Benue axis to come into Nsukka or to go to Ogoja. They should not allow them. Yes, because I know that route. They should not allow them to go through that. Because during the war, they allowed them pass there, allowed them pass to that Ogoja side. Because I was at the Ogoja front. That's where they started pushing us back from Ogoja. We got to Obudu Cattle Ranch. They pushed us from Obudu Cattle Ranch to Ikom. Then at Ikom, we wanted to go by the river, past that Akwa Ibom River. We couldn't pass that river because they had already occupied that area. So we had to pass the slave trade route. And we came out from that slave trade route, and we lost a lot of boys at that slave trade route also. You see, there's a little river, I call it a stream, that comes up from that side is a mountainous region. It is between Nigeria and Cameroon Mountain. So that region is hilly. The water will be coming down from there and very swift as it comes down. Our boys put the leg, they will carry them and they will hit their head on the rock and they die. That was how we lost about 14 boys from that thing until we got an idea of how we tied a rope and threw it to other part of the tree. It entered and twisted itself. We put it, it was so strong. Then they started crossing. That was how our men crossed to the other side. Then Colonel Oji Colonel Oji at the Calabar, he was the one in Calabar, sent transport to come and convey us at the boundary between Nigeria and Cameroon. That place is called Ikang. So we went to Calabar and stayed at Duketown School. From Duketown School, we were taken to Oron. And then from Oron, that was when most of us were we left for this intake 9, because one Major Esuk saw me and liked me and said he would like me to go and be commissioned. That what do I have? I told him that I have my O level. He said you are qualified. Then we went. That was how I went to intake 9 and became an officer. What I'm trying to tell you that from that Oron, they pushed us to Uyo, to Ikorofion, to Itu.
All these places were Biafra territory, right?
Of course. They were all Biafra. The whole of Rivers, Bayelsa, the whole of Calabar, that is Efik. I am married to an Efik woman. Yes, my wife is from Calabar, but she passed 2014. The truth is that yes, the Calabar people were number 2 in our army. General Effiong, yes, he was second to Ojukwu. So they are our people. Don't mind Asari Dokubo.
Who can hear you?
Don't mind Asari Dokubo. Don't mind him. Asari Dokubo is, I don't know the kind of game he's playing. Killing our boys with his voice. Going to Nigeria. From Nigeria, he will take money. He will come and kill our people. And after he will say he's Biafran, we don't know where he's standing. So they should not allow him at all.
Okay. All right, sir. I have another question I want to ask you. You have experienced war. You have experienced, all kind of hatred, killing in your presence. And with all these things, what do you think about the secession fight, the division of Nigeria? Or do you think that there is any way Nigeria could be repaired?
Thank you. The best thing for Nigeria now is to be splitted. You can if you want to call it the North Belt, because the what do you call them? The Middle Belt will not agree to be with them now. So Nigeria can be divided into 6, just like Ekweme they did in those days. 6. If they say they don't want to divide it into 6, then let it be North, West, and East.
Okay.
The West ending up anywhere it wants to end up.
Okay.
The East starting from Eka Igbo, if you want me to say. If the Benin people want to follow us, okay. If the Yoruba people want to follow us, okay. If they say they don't want to follow us, peacefully, let them go. While our brothers from Eka Igbo, from Kwale, Okwane, that's why they call Kwale. From Okwane to Asaba, all that area, that is Ubuluku, Iseluku, and everything. That area till Agbo, Omunede, all they are Biafra. Even in apart from Benin, we have the Igbanke people. They speak Igbo, and they have the 4 market days of the Igbos.
All right, sir. Do you think, as maybe if northern Nigeria is another country, maybe you must have received your passport because of the years you spend there. Do you think that if peradventure Nigeria divides into 3, 4, 5, 6, as the case may be tomorrow, do you think that the northern Nigeria will eventually join the Niger Republic?
The answer is no.
Okay. But why do they choose Why do they choose Benin Republic before?
Are you talking about Benin or Niger?
Oh, sorry. I'm talking about Niger. Sorry. Do you think that the North will join Niger Republic? Because most of the things going on now, they choose Niger Republic over Nigeria. Example is, okay.
No. I know the Hausans. If you talk about the Fulanis, I can't vouch for the Fulanis because they want to leave Nigeria because they know that Nigerians don't want them again. The Hausas, for real, have asked the Fulanis to leave the North because these Fulanis in 18th century, 18 something, killed the leaders of the North. They poisoned them by telling the Hausas that your leaders are wicked, they are not doing good, they are not even keeping God very well. So they gave them poison, they poisoned their leaders. Then now, if you go to the North, all governors are Fulani, all senators are Fulani, majority are Fulani, House of Reps, Fulani. So the Hausas now have gotten the whole thing. They said they cheated them, and so that they should leave, that they've given them, that they permitted them to go, that they should go in peace. So, but the Hausas will not join Niger. They will remain in their land. The truth is that they are kith and kin. They are related. They are related to them. Most of their people come from there. They are married. They intermarry. They have the boundary is not far. The boundary is not far. I know of a friend of mine, though he's a Christian. He's married to a Muslim known as Memuna. The father of that girl was a governor of one of the region in Niger.
All right, sir. Now, let's go to the issue of Asari Dokubo. You know, you made mention about him, and Asari Dokubo was a man who was fighting for Biafra agitation. And at the time, he granted this interview. Just take a listen first.
I've never been
and
in
understand
Nigeria.
what he said here.
Nations are not created by force of fiat. They are created by the people. The people's acceptance to be British. You saw Scotland trying to vote yes or no. Today, no Scottish man can say, I'm not a Briton, because majority of Scottish people have accepted to remain in the British Union under the British flag. Nothing like that had happened in Nigeria. We have demanded for us to be together. No Lugard is needed to bring all of us together. What is needed is for us to sit down in a sovereign national conference.
So why not advocate for that instead of moving away completely?
We have been demanding for 30 years. I've been regular and I've been demanding for a sovereign national conference. People had opportunity to talk, but it was not sovereign. It had no power. It only have persuasive, advisory. No, what we want is an holistic national conference, a conference that the people will have the power to say, we don't want to be Nigeria. This is how we want Nigeria to be. We don't want a situation where somebody will arrogate to himself the power to decide the fate of other people. We want a Nigerian that recognizes that there are different nations, no matter how small they are, and they are accorded the same space in Nigeria.
You seem very passionate about Nigeria, and I find that very contradictory with you saying that you're not Nigerian. How do you balance that out, being so passionate and wanting all of these good things about this country?
No, if they say if you cannot beat them, you join them. How about not every one of us will join them? Look, what we're saying is about justice. It's about my identity as an Ijaw man. A lot of Nigerians talk nonsense on television. A Nigerian come on television and says, do not talk about ethnicity. So if I am no longer an Ijaw man, who do I become? I become a nobody. Don't talk about religion, politics. Ancestrally, I have Igbo blood flowing in my vein because my ancestors, one of my ancestors came from Abom in Abam. And today, I sit on that stool established by him as Alabo Diabal of the Kingdom of Calabar. Now, when you talk about democracy, it gives you a lot of choices. It is you to decide. Nobody is going to quarantine your decision. Nobody is going to give you, to tell you that, look, there is a no-go area for your decision making.
Sorry, my mic was muted.
Okay.
This was Asari Dokubo before, okay?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
And
Let me
the
tell you.
man categorically stated that I am not a Nigerian, can never be a Nigerian because nations are not forced together. So he was at his senses saying all these things and he knows the truth, but what happened?
Listen, Asari Dokubo is a hypocrite. You were there when he was saying that let everybody come down, sovereign or no nonsense, no sovereign. We are not after that again. He says he's from Calabar and that his ancestors are from Igbo. The other day he said he was an Igbo man. Where he's telling you Abam is in Abia State, around Ohofia, Item, Abriba, Abam, that area.
Okay.
He's a hypocrite. When he goes to Nigeria, they give him plenty money. Remember, he said he gave Tinubu $2 million to run his election.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Tinubu did not debunk that. Nobody debunked it. I know it's true. But he's a friend to Tinubu. They've been friends for long. He even goes to the mother of Tinubu with Tinubu. So they know him there. Yes, they know him. But I want to let you know about Asari Dokubo. He has no truth in his mouth. They buy him over. He will come with his boys and start killing people in the East. And they will say that...
He said it by himself. He said that his boys is fighting in the East. So that one is not an allegation. It's what he said by himself.
Good. Yeah. So I'm correct. So, and tomorrow he will say that that's the unknown gunmen you're looking at. It's his men. But just 3 weeks ago, our army dealt with him, dealt with his boys, and he ran away and was crying himself.
Now I want to ask you a question, sir. As an experienced Biafra soldier before, with all these issues going on here and there, why is it that the Southeast governors, the politicians have never come out to say, what is Asari Dokubo boys doing in our states? Why is this civilian, let me just say like his armed robbers or his cult group coming to the Southeast to shoot guns, to do all sort of things, and this man is not denying it. He's making press briefing that his boys are in the East. No police, no army, nobody invited him. What is going on? Can you just, in your own NATO experience, tell us what could be going on?
Asari Dokubo was into bunkering with his men until the federal government gave, what is this man's name, to be guarding the pipes. Tompolo. That was where he already has made his money. Asari Dokubo has a university in Republic of Benin. Yeah. He has a university in Republic of Benin. He has made his money. So he now left and started with his gang. I call them gangsters. With his gangsters, he comes into the East and destabilize the whole place, and they will say it is ipob. Ipob kill no man. ipob has never killed anybody. That's the truth. It is Asari Dokubo's men. And you see, he accepted it. And I don't know why the government is still keeping him. Look at the Anambra governor saying that they should not release Nnamdi Kanu. Why?
He said it indirectly. He did not just say they should not release Nnamdi Kanu. He said that releasing Nnamdi Kanu will not stop insecurity. Indirectly, what he's saying is that even though you release this man, it's of no relevance, keep him.
That was why I said he said they should not release him. Because if they release Nnamdi Kanu today, there will be peace in the East.
I believe.
I am telling you.
Totally agree. I believe that.
There will be peace.
I believe that.
Our governors, the only two governors that are not that are not doing all this nasty thing in the East are the Ebonyi governor and the Abia governor. These two governors.
Mwifuru and Oti.
And Oti. Yeah. You see, the worst is our own governor in the East, in Imo. That's the worst. He's dancing to the tune of the Fulanis. The same thing with Soludo and the other man that is in Enugu, my brother.
Okay.
They can never allow, those people will not allow Nnamdi to come out because they know if Nnamdi comes out, they are in trouble. Yes, they're in trouble. Because our boys, and if anything happens to Nnamdi today, I'm sorry to tell you, a lot will go down. A lot of people will go down in the East. Now, our people that are, if our men that are in House of Representatives and Senate and the governors come together and tell Tinubu, today we are here to tell you to release our man. He's our boy from this Eastern Nigeria. Leave him, let him go. There will be peace. Hold us responsible if there is no peace. And I want to let you know what happened in Christmas. This Christmas.
Okay.
Enugu Okigwe Road. Army people had a roadblock. The motors, the cars and the lorries that were there could get up to about 15 miles.
Yeah, I saw the video.
They asked all of them to come out and put their hands on their head. I want to ask you, are we prisoners of war? Are we prisoners of war? It's only prisoners of war you will deal with like that. And tomorrow, if the boys, small boys, don't pick up any kind of arms and stick and go to the roadblock and finish those ones there, they will say, if Asari Dokubo comes and does it, they will say it's a ipob. Yes, because
no, I understand it. I understand the whole game. You know why? Because I am from Delta State, for example, and in Delta State we don't have all those things like ES and all those things. It doesn't exist in Delta State, okay?
At all,
but
yes.
In our bushes, we used to see dead bodies. People are being kidnapped every day. People are dying every day. So when people are making business allegations, sometimes I still blame some Biafra agitators, especially who will claim what they do not do. Because most of these things going on are not from Biafra agitators. Because in my state, Biafra agitators are not there like that, you understand? But these things are happening more in my state than the Southeast. I mean more. They're happening more in my state than the Southeast. So that is an ugly situation that we are seeing. But I am still asking the question, why nobody is even questioning what Ashtags Okubo is saying? We have mainstream media, like Channels Television and Rice News. Why can't they discuss something like this? Look at what Ashtags Okubo said. At the time, he was bringing up AK-47 in his live video, threatening the people. Till today, nobody...
They are brandishing it. He has men. He has men up to about 10,000. You are hearing it for the first time. He has about 10,000 men. If he becomes 10,010, that is 10 battalions. He can hold any state to a standstill before an army can come and then Air Force and others. Ashtags Okubo, yes. I'm not saying what I don't know. He used to boast about it now. Let me tell you one thing. Our governors everywhere, both the West, Delta and the East. Like that, like when they had that when Akeredolu was alive.
Yeah.
Akeredolu was alive. That was when they had that thing. If Akeredolu were to be alive, by now, the Fulanis dealing with you people in Delta, it's Fulanis. They are in your bushes. Very, very well. Ask for Gwash. Ask people in Ogwashuku. Ask people in Oshimili.
No. I know what you are talking about. At a time, some of them were killed at a time. We saw them. We know those people are terrorizing. All right, sir, before I will come back to you about this issue of Niger, a guest is in the house here. Let us welcome him, Mr. Erasmus. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, my brother. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah. Do us a favor by turning down your device there. Turn down your device there. Just off it so that we can communicate well.
No. I'm not using my. Okay, let me remove it from loudspeaker. Let me remove it from my earphone.
Yeah, because I'm seeing a negative feedback here.
Okay, let me remove from earphone. Is it better now?
I think it's better.
Hello? Is it better
I think
now?
it's better. Yes. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. You know, the reason I joined, I heard the question you asked about, and I don't think it dwell much on it. The question of why is it that the political leaders in the Southeast are quiet on what the claim Asari is making?
Yes, and he is not making the claim by paper writing. He is making a speech. He is granting interviews saying, my boys are the one fighting in the Southeast. And nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, that is a conversation that every Biafra should be holding right now. Now, for me, the weakest House of Assembly members in Nigeria, the weakest politicians in Nigeria are from the Southeast.
Okay.
And another thing I'm seeing, the people of the Southeast are not even holding their politicians accountable.
Yeah.
How can somebody from even another region be constantly making claims that his boys are killing people in your own region, and no single member of the House of Assembly, whether Senate, has come out to say we need an explanation to what is happening? And the people on which the constitution these people are representing are not even coming out to demand for their people to speak.
Yeah.
You know, it's absurd. It's absurd. Now, let me point out something. There was one of your videos I watched. In that video, you missed one thing. Do you notice that Asari Dokubo, the last claim when he talked about his boys are in the theater and one other place fighting, remember? Now, do you remember the news that you just released where the military said their people were attacked?
Two soldiers were killed. Exactly.
According to the military, which we know is false. Do you remember where they said it happened? Theater. It's the same theater.
Yes.
The same theater as Asari Dokubo. Are you linking it now?
Yes.
The same place as Asari Dokubo mentioned. It's the same theater. So why are the politicians in the Southeast dumb? Why are they silent? Why are they keeping quiet? Now, the only person that was putting pressure on the politicians in the Southeast right from the beginning, I've always said that none of the main politicians in the Southeast want Nnamdi Kanu to come out. I've always said it. A lot of people, even including yourself, were misled, thinking that some of these politicians actually want them to release Nnamdi Kanu. No, from the beginning, I've always said it. None of the main politicians wanted to release Nnamdi Kanu, including Soludo. You saw his last outing, what he said. The only reason that was pressurizing them to start making those broadcasts, when they make the broadcasts in the daytime, in the night, they will tell the federal government the other thing, is because of what Ekpa, the activity of Ekpa, they know what Ekpa can do. That was why immediately you saw Ekpa was arrested in Finland. Soludo came out to indirectly, anybody who is smart will know that he's telling federal government, please, now it's publicly telling them to not release Nnamdi Kanu. Because the truth is that people that even come on air, that even pretend to say release Nnamdi Kanu. None of them has really convinced me that they want Nnamdi Kanu released. I'm not even talking only the politicians. Because one, somebody said he wants freedom. He wants Biafra. Now you are saying, you come on air, you come on television, national television, say, release Nnamdi Kanu is the solution to the insecurity, to stop the insecurity in the Southeast. None of them has come out to face the underlying situation to say, release Nnamdi Kanu and discuss Biafra. Because that's what Nnamdi Kanu wants. So how can you be saying releasing Nnamdi Kanu is the solution to the insecurity? You are not talking about the core reason. So the core reason why was he kidnapped in the first place? He wants freedom. So if you don't address the core root, so we release him, is that what this is? Release Nnamdi Kanu and discuss Biafra. That's the only anybody who will be bold. Have you seen any politician say that? Any politician who will be bold to come on air and say release Nnamdi Kanu and discuss Biafra, that's the person that wants Nnamdi Kanu released. The rest are just faking it. And I hold our brothers in the Southeast responsible. They are not doing their work. They are not putting their politicians on their toes. And that's why somebody from another region can come and be openly bragging that is killing your people. And if people will keep quiet, nobody is even holding their, look at Christmas now. Nobody is holding their politician and going marching to the politicians out and say, we demand an explanation of what has been doing this. If the politicians, if the governors cannot do it, if the House members cannot do it, what of senators? Nobody is holding them accountable. So why will this thing not continue? It will continue. Asari Tokuba will continue to kill until the people decide to stop it. That's just the truth.
All right. Now I want to ask you just few questions. Okay, let me just restrict it to one question. Now, when it comes to the issue of Biafra and all these things, I could remember the date, the exact date. I'm just seeing the Southeast governors where they were standing holding that white paper when they were proscribing IPOB in the Southeast. Now, before the proscription of IPOB, I can tell you that we don't have insecurity challenges like this. Insecurity have been there in Nigeria right from time, but not at this level. Now, the reason why they proscribed IPOB was just because of influence of Nnamdi Kanu. Anything Nnamdi Kanu wants people to do, he will get it done. Because he can mobilize people without funds. He can, every time even he himself, once he walked down along the street, look at his back, 500,000 people are following him. Thousands of people are already following him. So this is their fear. Now, come to think about this. The reason why I'm taking you back to this issue of Asari Dokubo, because what I am saying, what we are saying here is not going to end here. I was speaking to one person in Anambra State yesterday. I don't want to mention his name for some reasons. I was telling him that, look at, this is the purpose why I called you. Look at what what is it called? The proclamation of this man, that his boys are fighting in the Southeast. What is the nature of the contract between you people and Asari Dokubo? Or what is the nature of the contract between federal government and Asari Dokubo? Because we are all dreaming. All these things are illusion. We say insecurity, insecurity, insecurity. Let us trace this thing now. Someone is telling you that his boys are in the, what are they doing? Who are they fighting? And what uniform does his boy wear? How will you know his boys? There are so many questions I asked the man today. He said, okay, the question you are asking is genuine. I think I have to call my fellow representatives so that we can discuss about it. Maybe our talk will die there. You understand? Because I don't trust them. The talk could just die there. But the question I'm asking, what do we do to know the truth?
It is
to bring all these people. Okay.
It is the people. You heard what I said just now. I said the people of the Southeast are not putting their members on their toes. You understand? Okay. They are not giving them pressure. Do you think those members, they do not know what is happening? Do you think they don't know? They know what is happening. But they are not being pushed. They are not being forced. The reason why you saw the people like Soludo pretending to go and see Nnamdi Kanu was because he wanted to stop sit-at-home in the first place. You understand? Remember, when Soludo came into power, there was nothing. He never talked about Nnamdi Kanu. He never thought of seeing Nnamdi Kanu. His first mission was his ending sit at home. He did this thing, went to church and said sit at home has ended. The next Monday, the sit at home were Bubaraba. So that was when he now remember there was somebody that they called Nnamdi Kanu. Do you remember? You know, all these things, we keep record of it. It was when the sit at home tied up. That was when he now remembered that there was somebody called Nnamdi Kanu. He now went to DSS to see him. So in the intention, the original purpose, it was never about Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm telling you, Nnamdi Kanu is never the priority of any Southeastern politician because they know that Nnamdi Kanu can never compromise. They have tried to compromise him. He will not compromise. So because he will not because he will not compromise on Biafra, they will not be able, they will stop at nothing to prevent the federal government from releasing him unless they are put on their toes. But right now there is no pressure. Tell me any politician in the Southeast who is under any pressure from the people. None of them. They are not under any pressure. So why do you think they will fight for Nnamdi Kanu release? Why do you think they will talk about Asari de Kuba? They know what is happening.
What do we do now?
The Southeasterners are not doing enough. They are not putting their papers on this. They not even use this thing. I'm not even talking about riots now. I'm not talking about protests now. You are not even seeing people speaking up. You are not even seeing NGOs in Southeast speaking up to say, what is our representative doing? Why do we have none of them is speaking up? They are just honestly, let me be frank with you. And people may insult me or not insult. I think Southeastern people are the weakest people in Nigeria. That's the truth. I'm telling you, this cannot happen in Yoruba land, and people will keep quiet. Yeah, it cannot happen. It cannot happen in Yoruba land, people will keep quiet. I used to think Igbo people are very, very, brave. But honestly, I'm beginning to think otherwise, honestly. That's
all right, sir. Look at the situation. Do you think because of this agitation and a lot of people were not interested in election, that is why they don't even send the politicians, they don't even mind what they do, they just abandon everything? At the end now, this thing, look at it, is turning against everybody. Because I think because of agitation, a lot of people have abandoned politics. They have abandoned politicians. And what do you think about it? Do you think that apart from national issue, national election, when it comes to your own, who represents you, who governs you in your state, I think we should not play with it. You know why? Anybody imposed on you is going to do the will of someone who imposed it on you.
On this one, Okocha, right? On this one, Okocha, we have completely different opinion on it. As far as I'm concerned, there's no longer election in Nigeria. Since the advent, in fact, it was bad. But since Tinubu came in, the only person that will win, they will pronounce not to win. The only person that they will pronounce winner now is somebody that Tinubu or APC or their this thing, approve of. And when you go and check. Go and check the people that got in from Labour Party. How many of them now are still in Labour Party?
Most of them have defected to APC, but do you think
that the truth is that truth is that for me it's just waste of time really talking about say this thing. Let's vote let's vote to people in. It's not by who you vote. It's not. We have all seen it. It's not about the election. It's going to be worse. Now remember what this guy what Tinubu said in the floor of the chamber. He said it's returning all of them. Do you know the implication of that? For a president to pronounce that I'm returning as he is the one now responsible, he's the 220 million Nigerians.
He's the INEC and everything.
He's not missing wells. He knows exactly what he's saying. So that's just a waste of time. If people should put their efforts, you understand, put their efforts in how to stop these people. It's by separation. All these things is just wasting, delaying the doomsday. That's just the truth.
All right, this is the logic here. This is the logic. My opinion, I believe that what you are saying about Nigerian election, even the deaf knows about it. The blind are aware. We all are here now. I published the video up to 3 times when Tinubu went to Edo State. He says, "Do you love me? Do you love Adams Oshomun there? I am going to give Edo back to APC." And he meant what he said, and they did it. We were all watching when they posed Wike's cousin to Edo State, and they did the miracle they did to put Okpebono instead of someone who won as well, but that one is apart. Then, what you said is absolutely true. But do you think that some places, not all the whole places, I knew the battle the Abia people fought, if not because of the returning officer, is it INEC chairwoman, something like that, or who pronounced it, who refused to take bribe? I know that is why Andesoti is there. If not, Andesoti will not be there. I'm aware of that.
Now, let me just quickly say something on that. Do you agree with me that it was not only because of the battle that the people fought, it was just because of that woman? All the people fought would have been wasted if not for that woman that was willing to sacrifice her life. Because I'm telling you, that thing could have cost her life.
I think so. But what about like a state like Anambra? Do you think that because someone they were projecting, even what is it called, the Senate President Akpabio told us that Ifeanyi Oba was the person they were projecting to. He said Ifeanyi Oba supposed to be the next governor. In other words, just imagine their plan. But the man, I don't know, it is God that giveth life. The man have passed away. Then, do you think that, because Anambra is very crucial now.
No, if there is still election, if Biafra agitators, if they are serious, there should be no election in Anambra State. But if there is still election in Anambra State, Soludo will still win. He will still
Why do you think?
Yes.
Why do you think Soludo will still win? Because APC doesn't.
No, as far as Anambra State is concerned, right? You know, it will look like magic for you to remove for Abga to lose Anambra State at this present moment. It will look like magic.
Why do you think so? But they don't have senators. They don't have House of Rep like that. They don't have House of Assembly like that.
Yes, but it's not it's the states. It's the states this thing. So right now, if you want to really do election in Anambra State, how many people will vote for? If they want to vote for APC,
no, that
one is too clear.
Don't even call APC. Don't
even
call
APC. Glaring. It's too glaring. But for me, if the Biafra agitators are serious, there should be no election in Anambra State. They should use Anambra State to set an example.
Okay, but you know why I'm saying this? If, for example, now, I'm the person of Soludo, that is why I'm saying it. Let me just be blunt to you. I think the man has been doing so many things that I personally don't like, and I think people don't like it. Okay? The man has been, especially the way he's handling the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, the issue of insecurity, trying to play holy. He don't like listening to people. And I'm not trying to talk about political aspect of it too. Like last year when he was writing later that an Igbo man cannot be president, Obi should go and sit down, doing all those things. I'm not even talking about those ones. But the way he's handling the issues of agitation, it doesn't make sense at all.
No, the thing is this, right? Any politician right now that is serving under the present structure of Nigeria, I'm not in support of them. They can never do well. It's just, Alessoti is just, by the way. You understand? Under this system of Nigeria is designed to fail. There are so many loopholes of how you can escape. When they design the law and they set up loopholes where people who still can remove. You understand? Look at the former Anambra State governor. You understand? So they design everything and they set up the loophole. So any person serving under this system, you understand? For me, it's a fraudulent system. So I'm not interested in this system that we're still talking about. It's a wasted system. What I'm interested in is a complete change of system. If the country cannot break up, if there is regional this thing, good. Each region has their own this thing. But if the country will break up, that's why I'm so disappointed in most of this agitation, this division, this money mongering that is going on. If if there is an election, Anambra State election if there is an Anambra State election and it's conducted and they voted somebody in, they should not forget about Biafra. All these people talking Biafra, these people that have been supporting, they should not even talk anything about Biafra again. Because if you say you declare a country and you declare a country, inside that country, they are conducting election and you have an army, to me, it's just a waste of time and this thing. That is not this thing, it's a waste of effort and time. It's so unfortunate that Finland bought into this thing, blackmail against their own citizens. You are
Okay.
this. It's so unfortunate.
All right. All right. What do you have to say about this issue of the northern Nigeria, challenge with Tinubu because of the Niger Republic's president allegation that Tinubu is colluding with terrorists like Nakurawa and Boko Haram to destabilize their country, to blow up their pipeline funded by France, that France has given Tinubu some amount of money?
Nobody will doubt that kind of claim now. We've all listened to people who should know. We've listened to T.Y. Dajuma, who was former chief of army staff of Nigeria, explaining to us what was happening, how the military was colluding with terrorists. He supported, they provided their cover. T.Y. Dajuma said it. We'll listen to Commodore Kunle Olawumi, where he explained in details what is going on, telling you that city governors under Buhari, ministers, that they were sponsors, House of Assembly members, that they were sponsors of this thing. We know. We remember when Saudi Arabia provided lists. Until today, they kept it from us of terrorists that they arrested in their country. So, and again, we've seen France. All the countries that France said they have been providing security for, the more they say they provide this security for, the more insecurity in the country, the more terrorism in the country. So how can you say you have military base in a country, you are protecting the country, yet the terrorism in the country will increase? Why will Chad be expelling you? As what's it called? Burkina Faso, Mali, all of them were waiting. How manage now? Let you day. So we know. I 100% we agree with what this guy do. And again, before a president, a whole military president will come out and say something. You think he don't have the details? He has the details. But for me, I think it's a good one for us. This may even be an advantage for Nigeria to break up peacefully, because the core north, let me not say north, the core north, all those south, northwest and northeast, they will pick a Niger Republic than southern Nigeria, because they are more inclined to Niger Republic. So anything that affects Niger Republic, in fact, they will sabotage Nigeria government if Nigeria was to fight Niger Republic. They will sabotage Nigeria both in the military, in the police, in the air force.
When the Niger coup happened, you saw what transpired. When France was luring Tinubu into, aggression with the Nigerian, the northern Nigeria people are the people who stood firmly against the decision of Tinubu to carry out airstrike against this military leader. So I saw everything.
That would have turned the entire Sahel region into a war zone.
But the man is not listening.
Let me quickly say this, Kucha. You know that the disadvantage of having a president who has so many baggages, who is compromised, is what is happening to Nigeria now. Because right now, you do not know what France has on Tinubu. Okay. You do not already. We've heard that it's an asset to America. Now, obviously, so Tinubu will be willing to do anything France wants, because you don't know what they have on him. You understand? So, but for me, I think it's going to be a win-win for us, because at the end of the day, this may push Nigeria to the brink. Because for me, let me be frank with you, Tinubu, as bad as he is still 100%. He's still, for me, he's still 100% better than it would have. Even if it was Obi will not have been able to the decision that Tinubu will take now. I am telling you.
Tinubu is stubborn now.
Yeah, Obi will not be able to take this. Obi will be dance to the tune of what the Fulani will want. And Tinubu is stubborn. This task bill alone, if he carry it through, is enough to break Nigeria up. I am telling you. So
and Tinubu is not ready to withdraw the task bill.
Yes. So he should push it ahead. So if they come to that point, it may get to that point where they will say, oh, okay, we would rather just form this. I think they wanted to even make Niger another state in northern Nigeria. So let them just, they will just convert it and add it to their listing and form their own country, which is fine. But for what I'm saying, I think it's a good one. The more Tinubu is making this move he's making with France, the more northern Nigeria will be angry with Tinubu, and it may even help to break up Nigeria peacefully without actual war.
But I have a problem with the African presidential system, my brother. The issue is that I don't know the population of Nigeria, but I'm sure we'll be up to 200 million to 220 million or thereabout. And I am so surprised that a country like France don't need the consent of 200 million plus people. They only need the president. Once the president put his pen, they discuss in a room, they will decide the destiny of over 2 million people. I am trying to understand this. If France is coming to mine our mineral resources, all those things, so no legislation on it, nobody to talk about it. We are just hearing on media that Tinubu went to France. And the next thing, look at what makes me laugh that very day. I requested for this paper and I got it. And when I read through it, where is the document? The one they used to snap picture, that is this one. So when I read through it, I say, wait a minute. The presidency is against the people. How can you go through this decision of inviting people, agreeing people to come to your country and start mining? With the terms and conditions involved, the people who owns the land don't know, the governors are not aware, nobody is aware. You make the decision, you sign with your minister of, is it minister of, I don't know, minister of foreign affairs, something like that. You did everything you did and you just return back and you come, we are hearing it from the news that the French people are coming to start mining. This is not acceptable now.
You know,
the country is not run like
of Nigeria. The president of Nigeria is the most powerful president in the world, as far as I'm concerned. And again, even the powers that he has for assembly. In fact, on this Akpabio parliament is as good as a branch of the executive arm.
Of course.
The executive arm is not doing anything. So anything that the president wants, even the legislator, they are not even playing their role at all. Again, you can see that the judiciary is another part, is another arm now of the executive. Tinubu has successfully used Wike to buy over the judiciary. So any decision that he wants, he's building houses for them. So anything he wants them to do is what they will do. So that's why you cannot really take the power. Our executive are the most powerful in the whole world. So you can take any decision on 220 million Nigerians, and it will be binding on us. Just like now, you are here now, you're the phone say you be Christian. As far as I'm concerned, now even brother Johnny Papi, you are from an Islamic country. Okocha, you are from an Islamic country, whether you like it or not. You don't know.
Johnny Papi is no longer in Nigeria. He flee after Biafra war. He flee. Papi is not in this country. After fighting Biafra and Nigerian war, he flee out of the country. All right. Let's welcome our brother Akonye. Akonye, you can unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself and join us. Good evening and thanks for joining us. This is 8:26 Nigerian time. Tell us where you are joining from, and if Akonye is not your real name, you can only tell us your name. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, Bro Sokosha, and good evening to my brother Erasmus and to our veteran Johnny Papi. So I'm joining you from Nigeria, and Akonye Water is my name. So I thank everyone in the house, and I also send my greetings to all our listeners. So I have a question to our veteran, and I also have to touch on some points that our veteran and our brother Erasmus made. So first of all, I'm agreeing with brother Erasmus saying that Tinubu is in a kind of good to Nigerians than Obi. I'm an Igbo man. And during Obi campaign, I've been following Nigerian politics since 2011. So I'm a keen observer of all the happenings in Nigeria. So I was in the midst of my Igbo brothers. I was telling them during the campaign that Obi will not win. Me,
Okay.
I do not believe in
Yeah,
voting in
what was your
Nigeria.
reason then for saying it? What was your reason then?
My reason then is that if you have followed the politics of Nigeria
Mm.
and understand everything, like what our veterans said, that there is agreement for not letting any Igbo to smell the seat of presidency. That one, by the way. And you follow how Nigerian politics is run, is being run, and also follow the personality of Obi. Forget about what the good they are painting him, the supporter are painting him. The Igbo elite, I'm not supporting them all, but the Igbo elite, our political wing, they know that Obi is not fit to be president. And me, I bought into the idea. I said it,
But
they
me,
bantered on me.
I believe that if Nigeria is a good country, that he is fit, because Obi is too good.
Obi is not too good, my brother Kocha.
Because the reason why people are saying this. Yeah, go on.
People that are saying it, they are novice. They are novice to Nigerian politics and they are novice to reality. Forget about those trash that people are saying. Let us flip it that this is 2023 and put Obi there. Nigeria will cry the more especially people from the southeast. Obi will be weaker than Jonathan. I beat my chest to say it.
Why do you think so?
The powers to be that are controlling Nigeria, they will cause more harm than what we are seeing in this Tinubu. But that does not mean I'm supporting
maybe
Tinubu.
Because they never wanted maybe an Igbo man to rule. Is that why?
The system that is already in vogue in Nigeria does not support people like Obi. You know, when somebody comes to power, that is when the skeleton that the person has in his cupboard comes to limelight. People that says what that be is in Nigeria, they knew, even me, I knew that Tinubu will win. And when they asked me then, I told them that me, I do not want Atiku to win. Because when Atiku win,
you know Tinubu will win through vote or through rigging. Is it through vote or through rigging that you knew Tinubu would win?
Through rigging now.
You know, Nigerian all the election in Nigeria is not being determined by the commoners' vote.
Okay.
If it is in the US, do they call it college vote that determines the president of US? We do not have such a structure in Nigeria. We do not have college vote. But let me tell you where our college vote plays a role. When our elite gather before the election, they will pitch their tent. That is the college vote of Nigeria. They will not pitch their tent on who they want. Now, within the elite, I will give you an example. Within the elite, they knew very well that Tinubu has the capacity that will aid what they want, the elite want. That is why you see the political statement that Wike used when Obi went to solicit for vote. If you could remember very well, you can read through his statement about Obi. When Wike knew that he will not be vice president to Atiku and he will not be nominated as the president of aspirants in Nigeria, he now go into their caucus and discover that the electoral vote of Nigerians, which is the elite, that they will go towards Tinubu, and now know how he made himself available. Check what happened after the Tinubu win immediately. Wike was among the first people that he nominated in his cabinet. So that's by the way. Now, when I said it, I said that me, I did not want Atiku to win. That if Atiku win, all this I'm telling you, if it has happened, PDP will go back to blame game. We would have done this, but Buhari rubbish Nigeria. So I was like, okay, let APC that is still ruling us, let them continue. So that is it. Me, I didn't believe in Obi president. Even after the election, the tribunal, and the loss, I was in the midst of my brothers again, where we are discussing politics. They want to beat me. I said, Obi being our president, Igbos are championing that that they want to be to rule so that they will have the dividend of Nigerian leadership. But we will not see anything. Like our brother Erasmus said, Obi will dance to the tune of the Fulani more than what we are seeing today. People can say that Tinubu is dancing to the tune of Yoruba. No, because the Yoruba are feeling the heat. Tinubu is dancing to the tune of people that made him, that supported him in their college vote. So let us leave that side. So what I'm saying is that Tinubu, quite fine, let him be there, because the hand of God is in the winning of Tinubu, and that hand of God there.
Not call God, though. Not call God, though. Let's just be talking our own.
How can you call God? Leave what people are saying. The hand of God is there. Let me drive my point through. Now, why I say the hand of God is there? Because they say, who the God want to kill? He first of all make the person mad. Now, and it will play out. Because what you, me, and every other Nigerians is clamoring for is what is going to play out. Before the West, the US will say that Nigeria might not exist exceeding 2031. Then within themselves, with their investigation and their intelligence, they know what is going to play out. And remember that memo came out immediately after the last coup in the Sahel, which is Niger. That is when the memo came out. Now, let us leave that side. Now, Tinubu will continue to push through what is pushing through. That is where the hand of God is in it. God will blind him. He will continue making this wrong step that he's making. And that is what will benefit every indigenous person in Nigeria. Splitting into six, it is this wrong move that Tinubu is making every day that will benefit all of us. So let's leave the side of Tinubu. Coming to the southeast.
All right.
I'm an Igbo man. I want to counter my brother Erasmus that Igbo are the weakest race. Igbo is not the weakest race. Sinking the Quran deep into the Southern Atlantic, it is only Igbo tribe within that 5 states that has been holding, thwarting, destabilizing the plan of the Fulanis. But our problem is that Obasanjo said it, Gowon said it, that had it been he knew that Igbo man love money, he would not waste his time shooting a bullet to win the war. Obasanjo said it, that he used the Igbo to get what he wants. That is our own problem. And that problem came to be after the war, because we suffered a lot. We were pushed to survival. And over the years, it is affecting every Igbo man. People say that Igbo people like money. It's not that we like money, but on the quest of getting money, getting a better life, it has now passed through our gene, and we have been conditioned to looking after money. Check other tribes in Nigeria, they're not like Hausa, they're not looking for money. They look for power because they know when they secure the power, money will come on it on ease to them.
Exactly.
The West, they are not looking for money. That's why you see every West, they go for education, because they know when they go for that education, later end, money will come. But Igbo man from 5 is looking for money. So that has affected our mentality. Now, the ones that call themselves the elite, before you become a politician, you will study how will I put it? You study human being for you to be an outstanding politician. You study the trend of your people, what they want, how you penetrate them. So our elite have discovered that this is what we are made of. They go after how to destabilize them. Nnamdi rose. When they see they cannot penetrate Nnamdi, they use his people to capture Nnamdi. They captured him the first time. He willingly submitted himself to them. After all the battle, they released him. thinking that he will calm down, he put it to gear 3. They now use the inside as his own and capture him back and detain him going to 4 years now. Why those elites that our brother Erasmus say that we are not doing anything? Let me summarize, please. You don't be angry. It's because they knew that if they had allowed Simon to be part in that redeclaration that happened in Finland, let me tell you, had it been they allowed Simon, and Simon was the person that declared that. Let me say, after the redeclaration, they gave Simon 2 weeks or 1 week, 7 days. The story you are hearing, all the story you are hearing from Southeast, all the governors, I swear with my blood today, like that 3 governors that our brother made mention of, they will be living at Abuja now. In fact, that 3 states would have been declared state of emergency. That is why they fight tooth and nail to lay hold on Simon. But I assure them today, I'm an Igbo man. They are just wasting their time. And why Igbo have been weak, we do not want what that happened. Look at our veteran. If God did not want to keep him alive, he would have been one among those people that the rushing water hit their head on the stone. He will not be here today to tell us the story. But God kept him alive. And he's now sharing the story, the first-hand information of the history to me and you. If when the Igbo are being stretched again, that they will not look back on that war, the people that lost their life, the Kwashoko and everything, and we fight back, I assure you today, Nigeria will receive it hard. Nigeria, and the war will not, it will be like the war between Israel and Palestine, because even after the nation is being declared, we will fight back. I'm telling you today, we will fight back till we kill the number that we lose, both the one we lose before and the one we lose to get our nation. So Nigeria should.
But killing is not the mission. Violence is not the mission. All these things you are seeing, maybe it's a process of getting what you want. For me, anyhow, maybe Biafra could come or Dua could come, all these things could come, even without, anyhow it will come without violence. So I'm not interested in violence, I'm not interested in killing, but if it takes that process, who am I to say anything? After all, I'm not the one doing it. So I really understand what you are saying. Let's give this caller a chance. Let's give a caller a chance before our papi, that is Mr. John Papi, will also share his opinion in what you are saying.
Okay.
All right. Hello. Hello. Yeah, good evening, sir. Thanks for joining us. Your name and where you are calling from?
Yeah, Mr. Coach, good evening.
All right. Tell us your name and where you are calling from.
Okay, my name is Sonny.
I can't hear you again.
Calling from France.
Okay, you are calling from France.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Hello?
I can hear you now.
Yeah. So I didn't have much to say. I just want to contribute something.
All right.
Regarding to what our brother just said now. Listen to me. I am an Igbo, and I believe for. But now I check back. I've looked back. There's a point that brother that made just now. Listen to me. We Igbos, we have to see the handwriting that is boldly written on the wall.
Okay.
Under normal circumstances, if we have a normal election where people will go and decide who to lead them, all these political giants, they will not win.
Yeah.
Now, Obi is a good man.
That
but
I know.
When you check the terrain, the political terrain of Nigeria, and the Igbos are the people. If an Igbo man say he's going to kill you, he will kill you. He wouldn't like. Igbo man doesn't pretend. Nigeria knows what Igbos need. Okay? And what put Nigeria where it is today, it is just because of the fear of the Igbo man. And that failed Nigeria, made Nigeria not to harness the good things about the Igbos. So what will happen? Obi, I supported Obi during the election, and Obi did well. But you see, we used to say anything that happens, we have to thank God for it. Listen, if Obi had won, both by election or by going to court, my dear brother, Obi would have been like Dr. Nnamdi we had in Igbo land. Obi wouldn't have the political muscle. Obi wouldn't have the political power, the political strength to change narratives in Nigeria. Obi will like to do to please everybody. And at the end of the day, it will be detriment to the Igbos. Obi will like to work in the north. Jonathan did it now. Jonathan did it. How did they are the same people that gang up and remove Jonathan? Upon all the things Jonathan did in the north, establishing a martyr, spending billions of money in order to educate them. Did they appreciate it? Now Obi is going to the north, donating money, doing Togo, do some other things in the schools or something like that. That is good. But Obi is not the right man to rule Nigeria, to deliver the Igbos from the shackles of Nigeria. Obi will be the second who Nnamdi way. I am telling you. So what I am telling every Igbo man, you see, what do you call it? The present actual now, Tinubu, let us support Tinubu. Let us support Tinubu.
You and who?
And he knows, you see.
First count me out. You know I don't pretend now.
What?
I don't pretend.
Yeah, you don't.
First count me out.
You don't pretend. Listen to me. Okay. Okocha, my dear brother, when you check what is going on in Nigeria today, listen to me. You can see that marriage between the Northerners and the Western Nigeria, the Yorubas,
it's gone.
It has gotten
it is gone.
Now.
Yeah.
They are now at the edge of divorcing. And you know, an Igbo man is not ready. He's not ready to enter into that dialogue with the North. When we talk about the North, it's the Fulani. You know, listen to me. You know the Fulani are people. If any Fulani man wants anything from you, he will do all sorts of things in order to get you. And whenever he lay a hand on that thing, he will change. So Igbos are not ready to have any alliance with the North, neither with the Yorubas. So with what is going on today, Tinubu let him go on. He said he didn't campaign. He said it is his turn, and he proved it by any means, and he got that power. He grabbed it. He said, grab it and run away with it. So now he has grabbed it and run away with it. So the people who helped him to get to the seat, they are no more happy with him. So their alliance with them have cracked. So with what is going on in Nigeria presently, my dear brother, it is going to deliver everybody. Go and mark my word. Because when that crack continue cracking, at the end of the day, you see the North will move. The North will move and join Niger. Go and mark my word. Go and mark. You see what is going on in Nigeria today? There is God hand in it. There is God hand in it. You see the suffering the masses are going through, even during Abacha. Nigeria has never witnessed this hunger. Even during the Abacha period, my dear brother, Nigeria is doing a sacrifice, and that sacrifice is going to lead liberation. You see what is going on in political terrain in Nigeria today? Nigeria is divided and divided more and more. Not to unite Nigeria again. Go and mark my word. The only thing that will save Nigeria. You see, with what is going on within the north and the west, listen, it will lead Tinubu. Tinubu is going to restructure Nigeria by force. Go and mark my word. To save Nigeria then, it's going to be regional government. We are going to back to regional government. Go and mark my word. And with regional government, I think, Biafra, we have gotten what we need without fighting a bullet. So you can see now there's a war between the northern Nigeria and the Yoruba, the western Nigerians. So the rest of us, let us be one corner watching them. That is going to restore action. That is going to reposition Nigeria. That is going to, the freedom the masses are longing for is coming. It is not by Obi. Tinubu will get it. Tinubu, God will use Tinubu to give us that liberation everybody is looking for. That is what I want to contribute. Obi is not going to be the Messiah.
It's okay.
Obi is not going to be the Messiah. So I believe that young man that just said something now, I think he has saved my mind as well. He said something.
It's all right. It's all right. Thank you. Thank you for your opinion.
We have there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your opinion.
Thank you, Okocha. Thank you. You are doing a great job, my dear brother. Continue. I am following you every day. I follow you every day. You are doing a great job. You are doing a great job. May God bless you and strengthen you more.
Amen.
God bless, bro. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. All right. Anyway, I understand where your people's opinion are coming out from, about this issue of a Tinubu and so on and so forth. But for me, if anyone talks about supporting Tinubu, I'm the very first person that will tell you that no, I don't pretend to that extent, okay? So I am who I am. So it doesn't matter if people hate me or people like me. What I don't like it. What I like it. But I really appreciate everyone for their opinion, because that is what makes people different. I respect people's opinion, and everybody have rights to their opinion and everything. So, Mr. John Papi, before we usher our new guest in, I think...
Let me finish my discussion and my question to our veteran.
Pardon?
I said, let me finish my opinion and my question to our veteran before network will kick me out.
All right. Do so.
So, like I was saying, so what the last caller just said, I said that Tinubu becoming the president of Nigeria is God's hand is in it. Now, to answer your question, you said that you do not want war. That is where God's hand in Tinubu becoming our president, that is where it is coming up. Because if Tinubu continue to push through and make the North, both the Fulani and the Hausa, to decide to stay on their own, any day that the Hausa push for the division of Nigeria, because all other tribes, they among the three major tribes, the Eastern, the West, the East has been clamoring for division. West does it occasionally. It is only the North that have not talked of seceding from Nigeria. So any day that the North push for it and they move with one voice, the Nigeria will separate, and it will separate in peace. And me and most of my brothers, we want it for peace to reign. But if they linger it, the inevitable, which is war, it will come. And when the war comes, the Igbos, mark today word though, thank God that the internet do not lie or hide anything. If we go by war and the Igbo regain their freedom, we go for revenge. for all the killings that Nigeria have dealt with, me, I will be on the front line.
The mission
They
is
go
not.
for
Do you
revenge.
think the mission? Do
So
you think
that
the
is it.
mission is revenge?
So
The mission is not revenge. The mission is
the
freedom, not revenge.
West and the Europeans, they are doing it. Go. Is it your platform that I listen to Lumumba? Is your
Yeah.
platform that Lumumba is talking about, stating why France is punishing Africa? The West, they are good in it. It is only Africa that are gullible and foolish. And it is only the Igbo that behave like the West. That is why the West is afraid of Igbo. And I'm telling you today, if Nigeria did not let us to go in peace, when we pieces Nigeria, Igbos will go for revenge. Unless the war consume me, we will go for revenge. All our people that are killed will go for revenge. Revenge will know that we will attack you. But anytime you raise your head, because
If
when we go,
eventually,
anytime they raise their head, we will
If
kill
event-
them like the Israelites. So that is it. My question to our veteran, sir, I want to ask you, since you were firsthand in the history of what played out, and you knew and you know that our people, after the war, everybody started fighting for survival. It's only the few that are going for education, as going into reading. Why are you people not making out time to find a means to be coming on media or creating a media to try to enlighten us? It is as a result of our brother Okocha now that we are able to hear it from you, as in verbatim from you. So I'm asking, why are you people not finding it easy to be maybe engaging other people so that the message will be getting to people? Because all the people that are into buying and selling, I don't think that they do have time to read. But if they jump into all this social media like this and they get all this information from you people, it will make them to rethink. Because the problem that the Igbos are facing now is that many, on the quest of survival, they've invested hugely in other part of Nigeria. So when you are preaching the reason why they should support Biafra to be actualized, because of what played out during your time, they will think that they will stand a chance of losing everything. Not even standing, because they will lose everything. For the Hausa not to punish us during the war, if we go into war to separate, they will leave the fight and be destroying their property, so that after the war, you will see no property to go for. So that is their reason. But if you people will be going on medias and be giving us all like me, I go for information by myself. But when I hear from you people, it will consolidate the information I read on any book or any where. So when you people, is a kind of me suggestion, when you people go on different media to talk about this, the ones that cannot read, they will get the information from you people and it will make them to have a rethink. That's my suggestion and my plea to you, sir. So thank you very much, our brother. I listen to you, I follow you, and you are doing a great job. God will keep on
Thank you so much.
strengthening you and bless you, because you take this job upon yourself, not because of the money you will get, but your love for humanity, your love
That
to
of
speak the
course.
truth, your love for the right thing to be done. So God will bless you and keep you for us. They will not see you. Dele cried, busted into cry today. They will not see you. They will not see you. Because Nigeria is a coven. Thanks to everybody. The network
All right,
is bad.
thank you,
That is
sir.
why.
All right, thank you, sir. Our veteran, please, the question he asked that I would like you to answer just in 1 or 2 minutes before our new guest will take over the stage is
Okay.
he asked, why don't you people always come to media to talk to us about your experience? You know, they have stopped teaching people history in Nigerian schools. So a lot of people are not aware of everything that transpired in last 20, 30, 40, 50 years in Nigeria. So it will be something of importance. If you people can maybe one day in a month, 2 times in a month, just come to media like this, you talk to us your experience, the history, how everything, started, people will still have sense of what really transpired.
Thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Thank you very much. And I thank the last speaker. And then there are 2 speakers that were saying that Obi, they don't want Obi. I buy their idea because I can see what Obi is doing now. He has gone to Gowan during his birthday party. He attended. Somebody who killed 5 million of our people.
But
3 million.
But you think that one will not make him not to be a good leader? For me, I love Obi, and I think
I know. Allow me to talk my own opinion. I am free to say speak my mind.
Of course.
No Biafran will be happy with Obi for going to Gowan's party, birthday party. 5 million of our people died. 3 million children. 500,000 older people. Then 1.5 soldiers, both other ranks and officers, died. They buy them. That we are here is because of the grace of God that some of us survived. My friend, I was in the trench with my friend was in the other trench. I was here, and they told us earlier. Captain Machuku told us with Captain Ademokai. They told us that these people have a ferret. If the ferret comes around here, don't put your head up. Stay in the trench. When it will go out, because it shoots 1,000 bullets in a minute. If it goes and goes back, and then you just stay there, don't come out until you see that it has gone. The next 30 minutes, we can now leave the trench, because when they shoot like that, they allow their people to advance, and we will be waiting for them, because they are not afraid. And as they are coming, they don't know that we are there. They think we are not there, and that their threat has killed us. We will plug them down. The Easterners have sense. That is one. They killed that boy. Joseph died. He took up his head, and the bullet just went to his head. Yeah, that was how I saw my friend died. And I had to, after the whole thing was finished, as they told us, the officers told us, I started dragging him because he's lifeless. So I drag him until I dragged him out, and our boys carried him, wheelchaired him to, stretchered him to the camp. From what the madam has just asked, madam, I didn't come to America with a clear eye. I had a fall into the gutter or ditch, and I sprained my leg. I didn't know that leg was something has happened to my leg. Then my children that were here called me and asked me to come around. So yes, that was how I came. 2018.
All right, 2018 here.
Yes, that was how I came. So I now came. My daughter saw me. I was limping. Then took me to the hospital in Bronx, Montefiore Hospital in Bronx. So that same day, it was on a Saturday. They took me for tests, look at my legs and everything. They gave me bed. In fact, immediately they looked at my leg and they put plaster of Paris on me. I said, why now? They say if I had left this leg in the next 2 weeks, it will go bad. And that I have a problem. They called it thrombosis. They said that the one vein in my heart has collapsed because I did a lot of tests that I was going to do surgery. Then I told my boy, my little boy, that, oh, these people want to use me as a guinea pig to experiment on me. My boy said, no, I should not be afraid. I said, okay. Then I stayed. Then I had the operation, the surgery. Took 6 hours according to them. Then there was a bypass. I have a vein, the vein of a pig now in me. And I have a device here that helps my vein because they said I had a chronic heart disease. See, I have a device now here that is helping me. So, madam.
So sorry about that.
No, don't worry, don't mention. So, madam, let me tell you the truth. Most of us want to write. You know, they told I can't bend very well, but I have made up my mind that even if it is 20 pages, I will scribble something so that people will know. That we are not coming to this because the latest thing in the world now is coming online to do something. Okocha's, it's okay for me. I'll be coming to Okocha. It's just because things have not happened. Okocha needs something. We should all contribute something to Okocha. Okocha is apart from Sahara.
No.
Wait.
I don't need anything. Just you people support.
Wait, Okocha, wait. This thing you are doing, it requires money to help you. What are you talking about? See, what I'm seeing here is the truth. God willing, things will still be okay. And you'll be getting small from us. That is the truth. Madam, let me tell you the truth, my sister. You are correct. There are many people who are very few people like us who are still alive, who fought that war. Majority has passed away. Some had wounds before they died. They had it wound from the war. And as a result of that, they died. Some are dying because of age. Some of them are my senior, and I have people who I'm their senior, but no one is less than 60 years. So we have reached that stage that it could be bye-bye anytime. But what I'm saying, will be coming from time to time, madam, to like Okocha's place. Apart from Okocha's place, the next place you have is Sahara. All the whole media in Nigeria, everywhere, they've compromised. I don't know what happened. The only people who are even speaking out a little bit is Arise. In Arise, we have Rufai and we have Oji. Oji is from Kwale. It's a Delta girl. She's a chief from Kwale. They've made her a chief. She last time she brought out something, it nearly brought some disagreement between her and Abati. The truth is that, yes, the truth is that we'll be coming from time to time. Madam, thank you. Thank you for what you have said.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Okay, thank you.
The person is not online, but I believe he will be hearing you. His voice looks like a woman's voice, but he's not a woman, he's a man. Yeah, I see you have been referring to him as a woman, but that is right. We don't worry about that, okay? Let me unmute Chisom. Mr. Chisom, you are welcome. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Please tell us your name and where you are joining us from.
Hello, am I coming out?
Yeah, but it's not audible. You can be more. We can hear you, but be audible so that we can hear you well.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, my brother. Thanks for joining us. We can't hear you well. You have to be audible, please.
Hello, can you hear me? Am I clear?
Yeah. You can talk like this.
Okay. I'm calling from Morocco.
You are calling
So what
from
I'm
Morocco.
hearing about, I just want to, so I'm just passing by. I always follow you, your media comment, even though I don't join, but I must view your day, and I'll comment. I'm so happy for that. You know, they are talking about Nigeria, the system of Nigeria. What I learned from here is that, you know, the country is not working, not functioning, not even restructuring that can hold it. Nigeria is spied. These people are in another game. That's my own contribution here. They are in another game because here I've been with the Moroccan. I speak, always sit with them all the time. They are telling me that what is scattering Nigeria, some people are saying that it's Boko Haram, insecurity, no. That one is the agenda that they want to abolish. They want to keep it ongoing. They are telling me that Boko Haram are not the issue of Nigeria. Ndị obodo a na-agwa m ndị Morocco kwa achọ iwere gas because they always tell me about the gas. You understand that Boko Haram is not the problem. The problem is the France, the other foreign, like Europe is the problem. That we are all one. What the Boko Haram is doing is for the God. They are fighting for God, for killing people, and it's coming down to our side, and they want to put Sharia law in Yoruba land. I'm just watching all those things happen. I'm passing through of many things here over here in Morocco. Morocco, you know, with the Morocco and Arab, man, I have an agenda. It's about agenda, and the thing that may affect in a buy through Ndoji buy, which is up on the flying. Ndoji game is spelling me. The buy I can that in Tinubu will be what?
But you can continue to speak English so that we can understand you well now.
You know, okay, so what I'm saying that let everybody focus in the vision of Nigeria. Let us divide and go and do our. If you are Christian and native, go, we will stay in peace. You understand? This one, they will tell you this one restructure or follow this one or follow this one. It can work. It can never work. That these people hold an agenda. Muslim Nigeria, Muslim, they hold an agenda. Let us divide and go our separate ways, whether good or bad. You understand now? Let us leave all those ones they are going to parties, arrest television, all those things. Those things are not working. Let everybody cram for our freedom. Let everybody divide and go. If I'm a native, I'll be in peace. I do my native. If they go call me, I die and go. Not somebody will come in the night, one very good day. In the night, no light, no electricity, no camera to see. Or is it in Morocco, there's a camera everywhere? You understand now? Nigeria is one native country. It can never exist. Just going backward. They are telling me focus this one, follow this one can be this one. To go on and the people. The people will know what happened to our people. But you want to go and greet him. They are the same coach, the same people. Let us stop talking about them. Talk how we are going to move forward with our country. By fire, by force. We make our country Biafra. If you are Biafra, focus Biafra. You understand, my brothers? Let us stop talking about the Nigeria government. All those who are spied. They're catching Nnamdi, nothing is they're doing nothing about it. Simon Ekpa, they're doing nothing about it. Let us divide and go. They want to kill us all. They want to kill us all. These people want to kill everybody that they are not a Christian, they are a native. They will kill all of us all. That's what we have been talking. I'm here, I'm scared of where I am. Here over there, and I'm very scared. We are working with them. Because I'm not a Babu-Moisian. I will say something, they will tell me there's heaven, like me, I'm a native man. I'll tell them there's nothing like heaven. They say they need to kill me. I don't need to exist. Only common you said there's nothing like heaven. Heaven. They say they need to kill me. I tell them, if you want to kill me, kill me. Not twice, not thrice. How many times? I'm just scared of where I am. If I think of my home, I say I don't have home too.
It's so unfortunate.
You are just here managing.
This is part of the reason why people always clamor to have a good place they can call their home. Because there is nothing like your home. If No, when I mean home, when I
Home is
mean,
this like that.
yeah, when I mean home, I'm talking about your ancestral land. It's okay, my brother, Mr. Chisom.
Yeah,
It's okay.
we need to fight our
Oh,
home,
see
my
you.
brother. I mean, be spending me, you understand? Not every time
Yeah.
I'm hearing Haram, how to chase people out of their USC talking blah, 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 Nigerian government. When will that end? Talking about Nigerian government. When will that end? You can bring a light. It can't. Let us cry for our home. Let us go home. I'm scared here. Tomorrow I'm going to work at the same issue because I'm hearing their language very well. You see? One time they will be debating, they're not say I'm not a Christian, they don't need to greet me. Just as if I'm not here, I don't come from anywhere, I just fell from tree. I don't have tap
It's
root.
all right. It's all right, my brother. Your opinion is not
Okay, well
the
done, my
only thing I
brother.
have to tell. Only thing I have to tell you, please, you have to be safe. Ndobuisi is someone who is alive that we even talk about anything at all. So make sure that you are safe right there, okay? Let's have this conda. Hello. Good evening, ma. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, good evening, ma. Thanks for joining us.
Mr. Kocha, you're always, doing your part, which is commendable. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
for focusing the light on the security of the people. This security issue is the heart of the issue. Any person that is not secure, they will not think of food, or even if they eat, it will not go down well.
You understand?
So, yes, on the issue of we are talking today, it said Northern Nigeria abandoned Tinubu for Niger.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. And I don't want anybody to lose focus on the crux of the matter, which is insecurity. Whatever is going on between the northern people and Niger, they are brothers, and I don't see how they will support Tinubu over to throw Niger under the bus. Remember that a whole lot of them are from Niger. A whole lot of them that are ruling in Nigeria are from Niger. Count them. So how would you think that they will support Tinubu? On one hand, what they are trying to do is to see how they can pressure him to, play the ball that they have put in his court. What we are seeing, what is going on, is a system. Is a condition. Is something that was set up, and I tell you, from Tinubu to the governors of Southeast, as we are speaking, there is no difference between them. There is no difference between Buhari and Soludo, for instance. I don't see any difference between Buhari and Hope Uzodinma as far as the matter of the indigenous people of that side is concerned. That is why Asari Dokubo will come and make it clear, because he wants to assert his position in the sharing of the loot. These are people that they don't even care. It's like no human being. That is why I keep saying that so long as this system is concerned, so long as this system is breeding, so long as this regime that has existed since I don't know when, let me start from 1960, so long as it continues to breathe, the lifeline is the people. They must buy the people. They must. That is what is sustaining it. They want to eliminate, because so long as the indigenous people are breeding, they are opposing the fact that they are taking their land, they are taking their minerals, and they must agitate. So it is war between the people and the people that are eating the loaf, which, Soludo is eating. Opposite is getting a whole lot. What is the other one? The one that is behaving like a chameleon, Ugumagala from Enugu State. He will just go and hit the thing and come out and say, who is eating? They all know what they are doing. They know why those they wanted to bring in the IDP camp in Imo State. They know the reason. They know it's not. They don't care about the people in IDP camp. They know the people they are bringing in. It is the people that are coming to fight the indigenous people. They have never said the truth in their entire life. So why are you going to believe them? So the issue remains that we should be focused on the fact that there is a system that is eliminating the indigenous people wherever they are, whether they are in Plateau or they are in Benue or they are in Kaduna or they are in Owerri or they are in Osto. I kept asking, this person traveled to is it Olo Osto and saw two hillocks carrying young boys, and these children were crying. They didn't do anything. Where are those children? People keep disappearing. What are we going to do about it? And that brings me to say that we are, so long as we continue to see these people as leaders, they'll continue to buy us. But when you see them for who they are, then you ask yourself, what do you do to an enemy? I rest it there.
All right. Thank you so much, Ma, for your personal opinion. And I think this is what so many people's view is, because the issue of this disappearing people and so on and so forth is that, I mean, sometimes I even ask whether we still have human value in Nigeria. What is the value of human being in Nigeria? Because I think it's totally different from the value of human beings in other countries. Nigeria is a country where people will die and nobody will even talk about it. People die like chicken. They even value goats more than human beings. Human beings die anyhow in Nigeria. It's so pathetic, but I know that nothing lasts forever, and this issue must not continue. And that is why we are not going to, keep quiet, seeing all these things happening, folding our hands like our politicians are doing from the south down to the southeast. Politicians don't talk. People are dying. Our politicians are not talking. Even in Delta State, recently, the military also invaded another community in Delta Central again after what they did in Okwama. A lot of people are still dying in military detention in Okwama. How? This is not a war crime. They are not fighting war. They are not the people who kill the military. What the military is doing is to detain them. The military is not the police. It's not the prison. I don't understand whether we're a military regime in Nigeria, because there are so many things that are complicated in this country. And that is why I don't pretend to say that I don't believe in this country. And there is nothing that will make me to believe in a system that kills its people, a system that makes sure that people the whole talented young men, women are in shambles, no hope, nothing whatsoever. Nothing whatsoever. So it's so pathetic, but what to say? It is not well anyway, but life goes on. Thank you so much, Madam.
Yeah, before I hang up, Chiso, please, you are in Okocha Happy Marcel platform. Please, if you don't have a clothes, go and take a shawl and cover yourself. You are being watched by the whole world. That is me saying I am Madam Origin. Then number two, Mr. Okocha, you see one of the things I want to highlight here, for someone was talking and he said why our elites and the so-called rich people and the people that have businesses, why they are not being a part of talking and looking for a way to get out of this quagmire is because of their investments. And I am here to tell them, I say to everyone, if you have your millions and your billions and you think you are protecting it because of it, you want to remain in hot water. It doesn't make sense, because during the time, I think that was one of the mistakes Nnamdi Azikiwe made. Because as at 1960, before independence, the Igbos, the southeastern, the eastern part of Nigeria were the majority in every sphere, every aspect. Name it. Just name it.
Go to the military.
Come to education, come to the military. They were almost 60% in the military. They were in the parastatals. They were there because they were the one that embraced education, and they were flourishing. Now, fast forward 1970. What did they give them? 20 pounds of all they had. One of the things, they now started from the scratch. So if you don't do anything early enough to get out of this quagmire, by the time they start what they plan, you know go get. Because they don't know you. They don't care. And you're going to lose everything. FYI. It's better you start on time to see how many lives can be saved. People are dying every day because it's not reaching you, your behavior, like sticking your head in the sand. When you see people buy, you cry. Like this person that called me and told me about those two hillocks, this person is having nightmares. Because it's like, where did they take these children? Where did they take these boys? 2 hillocks full of boys. Where did they take them to? And this person is having nightmares. And we have nightmares. Everybody in Nigeria look like we are not behaving normal, because nothing is normal going on. But everybody wants to pretend and say it will go away. Go from where to where? So all of you that are trying to protect your investment, the best way to protect your investment is to dismantle the quagmire. Force this system to dismantle, and then we start piecing things together. That is the best way. Thank you, Mr. Kocha. Let me rest.
Thank you so much, Madam Origin. Thanks for joining us. Thank you so much, ma'am. All right, Mr. John Pape, I think we are coming closer to the end of this program. I really appreciate you, and please, in the presence of the whole viewers, I'm telling you that we need this history. Since there is no history in our schools, we need history. We need to know what happened before us.
Obasanjo killed history. It was Obasanjo that destroyed history.
Okay. Because yesterday...
They don't want people to know what they have done. They don't want people to know what they did. And so they closed everywhere. Obasanjo really finished Nigeria. When I talk, I tell you the truth. Obasanjo is the worst among all the rulers that have ruled Nigeria. Forget about Buhari. Buhari, we know that Buhari is a full animal. And the full animal had their agenda. So but for Sowore, if not Sowore, and that Miss Yusufu, Mrs. Yusufu, that came out to tell the world that there is an agreement between the North and the South, that no Igbo North and the West, that nobody from the East can raise his head politically or made a general. So you see, Obasanjo, his signature is there. Let him come out and deny it. His signature is there. So all of them, they want to say they will finish Igbo. Igbo now, we want to go on our way. I want to tell you one thing now. Write it down. Between now and 2 years' time, the Hausas will go. And immediately the Hausas now said, Awari.
Between now and 2 years' time, Hausas will go. And why do you think Hausas will go?
They don't want to stay in Nigeria again. They thought that the Muslim, which we call mumu. They thought that it will work. It's not working. He is dealing with them. And that caller that told you that that's what he will deal with them, it is true. He's dealing with them because this guy did not come here for anything but to amass wealth and live and be one of the richest men in the world. That is what he came for. He didn't come here for anything. And then Nigeria will split. I give you 2 years, Nigeria will split. This one that is happening now, if we carry it to 2025, that will be 2026. It must definitely split. If it doesn't split 2025, it will split 2026. That's all I can say. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to air my view.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thank you so much. So, to our viewers, much appreciation. I really appreciate you for your time, for staying with us in almost 2 hours, 30 minutes. So, we are going to call it a day. A lot, of course, have been calling me. I think I should respond to this one. I think you have given me up to 10 minutes because, okay, the call has ended. Thank God. The call has ended so that I can end the broadcast with rest of mind. It's not even time to sleep. Do I even sleep, Seth?
Wow.
Anyway, thank you so much, sir, and have a nice evening. Happy New Year in advance.
Greetings to your family.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.